And I basically agreed to pay for the settlement cost on those 50 families. So that's how it started. And so that's what we did. And then once I said we were going to do that, I realized that I couldn't personally do all the work required. So I reached out to the community, and we ended up with 800 volunteers, because you have to meet them at the airport, you have to set up an apartment, you have to get all the household goods, you have to register the kids in school, you have to set up a bank account, you have to test for English as a second language, you have to get a bus pass, you have to ride the bus, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. So I had a lot of support from staff. Before this happened, we would take out ads trying to hire people. And after this happened, everyone applies and says they want to work for us for free. And so especially the millennials or the young people, they want to work for a company that is helping people and saving the world. I might think it's inspirational to make another 1,000 freezers, but they think it's more inspirational to save the world. As far as what our people do, they will do Lunch Buddy. They can be job coaches. They can be anything, but most of the volunteers don't even come from my company. I will say the truck drivers were really good. And I had one truck driver who drove every single weekend, picking up furniture, dropping off furniture, helping people move for probably 4 or 5 months. And I'm a huge advocate in private sponsorship. And my reason is, government employees do a great job, but you can't hire friends. Governments can issue a bus pass, but they can't ride the bus with people. And they can't ride the bus with people 3 times, because maybe that's how long it takes to figure out how to ride the bus route. They can give food vouchers, but they can't show them where to shop. And so having community involvement and private sponsorship, I think, is a great way of doing it. To some extent, it also reduces any animosity in the community. I mean, people would say, oh, there's a family walking down the street, they're living off my tax dollars. Wait a minute, they're not living off your tax dollars. I sponsor them. It's not government money that sponsored them, it's my money. And in which case, oh, well, I guess if it's not government money, it still costs the government something, because they do the security clearance and they have health care and they pay education, but it reduces the animosity in the community. Like, we assign a job coach to everyone who is looking for a job, and they write their resume, they go through the job boards, they show them how to apply, they tell them how to dress, they do mock interviews, they basically coach them to make sure they're on time for the interview, and they dress appropriately and say the right things. So he comes here and he opens a sock store, and you go in and he's pricing his socks, and it's like, wait a minute, you can't sell socks for $20. And it's like, oh, that's okay, they could talk me down. But that's not the way Canada works. In Canada, the price tag, you go and pay whatever the price tag is. Here's how much it costs to live in Toronto. Here's how much it costs to live in Guelph. And by having people meet them at the airport, we have a welcome meal where all the volunteers come. They are given a binder which has a picture of all the volunteers with phone numbers. We give them a cell phone. And soon these people become friends, so they're more likely to stay. So this definitely brought the community together. It was a community initiative, the community volunteers, and so we would have potluck lunches, and we would rotate from church to synagogue to mosque. So it drew cross-denominationally, and more people talked to more people. And so I think it actually absolutely did help the community. And that also helped the community tone towards refugees. When someone says, oh, I have refugees who are buying my products and getting their haircut here and buying my groceries at my store. Oh, this is pretty good. I've got more customers. I've got refugees who are renting our apartments. I have a lot of new friends. We're in COVID lockdown right now, so I've actually called a few of my refugees. I go through. I call my brother. I call my daughter. I call some of the refugees, and I count these people as among my friends. They and I just know I could call on them if I needed anything.